ITV Gold and I'm your host Siddhi Lamba. Welcome to another very exciting and very entertaining segment of our ongoing dance feature in which we bring you South Asian performing artists and dance schools that are really empowering and mobilizing all with Indian culture and so much more. On the show right now, we have with us Siddhi Vaishnav. She belongs to the Nartan Dance Academy of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, a huge part of promoting Indian culture, especially on the traditional and folk parts. So right now, let's welcome Siddhi on the show. Siddhi.
Hi, how are
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So give us a little insight into, what the dance school has been up to and a little bit insight into, what started, Nartan and you focus a lot on adding traditions and folk dance forms into your art. Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about it.
Sure, I would love to. So Nartan Dance Academy was actually started by my mother.
Nice.
It's what we could say our family business. She started it when I was young for the sole reason of keeping me connected to the Indian culture. I'm born and raised in New York. I was born not too far from here in Flushing, raised on Long Island. I went to NYU, so I'm a New Yorker, born and raised and bred. But she wanted to make sure, even though she herself has been here longer than she was ever in India, that I still had a connection to our roots. And her being a dancer herself, this was really her wheelhouse and her passion. So that's how Nartan was born. And now, as I've grown with her and the school, and I've grown in dance as well, I've been able to help her in kind of open up the school just as a whole. So it's been an extremely gratifying experience to be able to work so closely with my mom, to work on something we're both equally passionate about, both the medium of dance and just creative output as a whole.
But it has a very interesting concept. The entire dance academy is attached with Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, which is one of the most prominent spaces for cultural performance arts in all of New York State. And why associate with the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan for so many years?
So I think when Mom first started it, like I said, it's solely out of passion. It's just that urge to create and to spread that love and to find others who share it. So that's using that as now there's a dance school every corner, which is great. That's a great thing. Everyone has a platform. It's very convenient. But for us, I think the main focal point is to keep the newer generations. I'm a first generation American, so my kids, are going to be second generation.
That's true.
So to really keep them as connected as possible, and dance is a great way of doing it. It's such a great form of expression and release, actually, for a lot of kids, even as young as 4. We have 4-year-olds who you watch and you're just like, oh, you're going to be with us for a while, because you can see that spark in them as well.
Right.
So that's really where that focal point, we try not to stray from it too much. And when it comes to what you were saying about maybe free classes or whatnot, my mom especially, I have to give the credit to her, Swati Vaishnav, basically what she really believes in is promoting the art. So if we have people who may not be as fortunate or may have multiple children who want to attend, but it's too much to put them all together. Some people, of course, based on situations, some people don't pay at all. If you really are dedicated, you want to do it. Some people discount it. We try to do the best we can. So that people don't have to feel that added pressure just to connect.
Right. I think at areas like the consulate or, addressing gatherings of thousands of Indian Americans in the heart of New York City on Diwali festivals or, Independence Day parades, so on and so forth, you've been a huge part of that. What kind of responsibility do you think has that been for your dance school, as well as how has the dance school's experience been doing all of these events? Because these are pretty high profile events that they get access to.
Yeah, I think we've been very fortunate, again, just because we have been around for a very long time, in that we've had great opportunities presented to us. We've done performances at Lincoln Center for the Art of Living's International Yoga Day, which was a dream come true, for all of us. And in addition to performing, it was a piece we choreographed. So that's like an added burst of pride.
Definitely.
We've done workshops at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Museum of Modern Art, and American Museum of Natural History, Queens Library. Liberty Science Center. These things we're very proud of having on our resume. But at the same rate, we have done AIA's Deepavali festival at South Street Seaport. Every year, my mom performed there herself.
Wow.
And, we've continued the tradition with Bhavan and the school. She's one of the cultural chairs there now. So these are things that we also still hold dear to us. FIA's Indian Day Parade.
Yes.
I remember dancing on a moving float for many, many years.
Yes.
On Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's float. This was before Nartan was a fully formed institution under its umbrella. So these are all things that I believe, build you up. They give you a foundation as well. And as a school, even before it was a fully formed school, like I said, it gives kids confidence. It gives them stage presence. It gives them something to look forward to if maybe, all they have, we are South Asian. If all we have is homework, you're hoping that there's an outlet. No matter how old you are, you need an outlet.
And I think it's a few quick questions just for our viewers to learn a little bit more about your dance school. Talk just a little bit about the art forms. You're very particular about the kind of style and the kind of, technique, as well as the kind of themes you want to teach about the Indian culture through your dance school. So I would love
a highlight on folk so the kids can understand, there are different states in the country. There are different forms of dance that come from each state. Our last year's theme for the show was actually the different festivals of India.
Nice.
So our show was a calendar year from September to September where we went through some of the biggest major holidays in India. And this year coming up, it's going to be global dance.
Wow.
So we've got Indo-Russian pieces. We're choreographing Indo-Irish, Indo-Latin, Indo-Caribbean, pure Indian. I mean, I'm actually really looking forward to this show because our kids can also have a little bit of a glimpse into other forms of dance. But to answer your question, that's the reason we focus primarily on that. And also being under the umbrella of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, there is a certain reputation to uphold for them.
Right.
So we may shy away from the Munnis and the Sheilas, especially if it's inappropriate for the little ones.
Right.
But that's generally an idea of how the dance school works. It is an actual teaching institution.
Definitely.
It's not quite so much a performing arts company.
Yeah. You are taking over, a huge part of your dance school. It's transitioning from your mom to you. There's a lot that you've learned from her, as well as you've seen so much in the dance school. What are some of your own personal expectations when you look at Nartan? And if you were to wish something for your students, there's a body of about 80 students in this dance school, what would you tell them?
Well, first, mom is never leaving me. I need her around. She is honestly, you cannot stop learning.
Right.
So I do need her around. But
the generational switch is there.
Yeah, the generational switch is there,
and
but
it
it's
has to
also
happen.
necessary. Exactly, it's necessary. But the things I've learned from her, which is number one for me, especially for a teaching academy, is patience.
Right.
And dedication to your craft. I mean, in the past, I've had to go to Saturday classes with her. We get ready, and I'm like, oh my God, I'll come later.
Right.
Because it's early, and then I've seen her, no matter what time she gets home, no matter what time she gets to sleep, nothing. She is at class and ready to go. And I've really learned that dedication from her and that patience from her, where she will teach somebody the same step 70 times until they get it without ever making them feel uncomfortable or insecure or bad. She makes them feel like they're the best dancer in the world. And I think that's important for anybody who's just coming to learn a craft should have. That's a great feeling, to have when you walk into some place where you may also not be comfortable. Maybe your mom's just like, go dance, and you're like, ugh. So I mean, those are the things I've learned. As for what I see for Nartan's future, I really want to keep the core message. I really do want it to be, a connection. And like I said, as we move further, the generations, further away from actually being there, living there, I want to make sure that bond remains strong.
We have with us Ciera. She is also a huge part of the Nartan Dance Academy here at Ciera. Welcome on the show.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting us.
Perfect. And we obviously have Siddhi back on the show with us as well. Hi, Siddhi.
Hi.
So both of you, are a huge part of the Nartan Dance Academy. You run all of the dance classes together. So, just talking, before we even go more into talking about what, more about dance and its impact on everyone, Ciera, how has your experience been with this dance school? And, when you do work with all of the student body, how do you think Nartan Dance Academy in totality, treats its students and also, the parents that are attached with them?
Yeah, so I actually started with Nartan back in 2011.
Oh, wow.
It was March of 2011, just 2 months prior to our annual show. but Swati auntie, we all call her Mama Swati. She is absolutely amazing. She was very warm and welcoming, and she let me join in. I picked up 2 pieces, and from there it's just been an amazing journey.
Wow.
I actually started teaching at the academy the following year.
Wow.
So it's been a couple of years that I've been instructing and helping out with the little kids. And now it's reached a point where not only am I respected as an assistant, but
Right.
now she's accepting my input. I'm actually able to help choreograph. And I think that that's really amazing. So my background is mostly with Bharatiya, with classical dancing. And I think that's another reason why she invited me. It's because I have that basic foundation, which I think is very important to emphasize to the kids. It helps develop dexterity and just have the girls and the boys, because we welcome both, learn strength and hand-eye coordination. And they just learn this certain level of discipline, which I think is very important, especially growing as individual dancers and dancers within a group.
And Ciera,
I think that it is, with deep gratitude, an amazing opportunity to not only be introduced to basic foundational steps, but also to grow with other forms of styles that originate from other parts of India.
Right.
And not just India, but within the whole South Asian diaspora. So we're usually in tune with other styles that come from Indo-Caribbean or from the Middle East.
right.
And we also touch base with some of our Western fusion, which I think is one of our more fun pieces. So it's just a nice outlet to be inspired and to just
Right.
kind of gain a bit of understanding of various styles, not just being in tune with one particular style. There are a lot of outlets that are out there, and I feel like it's really important to understand why you want to take part in dance.
That's true.
So for some, like myself, dance is an outlet for expression, it's an outlet for freedom, and it's also a way for me to have a sense of awareness in terms of what my cultural heritage is,
Right.
as well as learning about the heritage that originates from other areas of India.
Touch base on one thing with
Yeah.
regards to this, which was I'm like thinking back now with the growth curve of
Yeah,
all of this and
of
the
course.
acceptance that Ciera was talking about.
Yeah.
I've now been invited back to that same high school
Yeah.
by my advanced chemistry teacher
No way.
to teach dance for their annual Holi celebration. Now, I wish I had a Holi celebration when I was there, but I'm so happy that that
Yeah.
is something that's happening. So again,
Yeah.
that cultural mobilization you're talking about,
So important.
that push forward is something I love. I'm just so happy for it.
While we are talking about the South Asian millennials,
Yeah.
what to do with the people that want to pursue arts? Do we support them or do we still tell them to stay conventional? I'd like to open that up.
I mean, you couldn't have asked me a more perfect question. I went through all of my schooling, pre-med, pre-health, summer science
Right.
research, went to medical school in the Caribbean for 3 years, was miserable. Even so, my parents, like all of our parents, I think, as immigrants, they
Right.
want the best. They don't
Right.
want us to have the struggle they had. That's why they
Exactly.
struggled to begin with. And so as much as I'm so thankful and grateful for that part of my parents and a lot of our parents,
Yeah.
I'm more grateful to them that they saw in me that this really was not where my heart was lying, and it wasn't making me happy by any means. It was changing my personality a bit.
Right.
And to be able to recognize that, no matter how difficult it is for them to let go of that, my daughter will be a doctor, my son will be a lawyer, they'll be settled, quote
Right.
unquote, everyone's favorite word,
Yeah.
and it'll be all good.
Yeah.
But do you want a really miserable doctor, or do you want a really happy artist who may be struggling but is so genuinely content or constantly striving for creativity? So
Right.
in that aspect, in my opinion, I would say if you can, open the dialogue with the people who think that this may not be the greatest step to go creative, because I'll tell you right now, the outlets now and the acceptance now, even in Hollywood, I'm not even necessarily talking Bollywood, we've got the Mindis, the Azizes, the Hassans,
That's so
you know,
true.
the Utkarshas, like there's so many people,
Yeah.
it's so much more open now that, and welcoming now, with the diversity push, with the Me Too push, with,
Yeah.
you know, everything time's up, that I just think if you really, really love it, if passion seems a little cliche at this point, but if that's something you feel, like this inner fire,
Yeah.
I would go for it no matter what. Don't waste time.
Siddhi, right before I wrap this up, just for our viewers, anything that we can know about upcoming events for Nartan Rang, and also, you know, where can we find more information about Nartan Rang, and any last minute messages you'd like to give out to all of the parents right there?
So the last few things are we do have an amazing performance coming up on December 9th at Northwell Hospital, the main campus. They have an annual holiday spectacular. This will be our 3rd year performing there. Past 2 years, we have danced while it is snowing.
Wow.
So fingers crossed, 3rd time, maybe it's just cold. So that will be held on December 9th. That's a Sunday. It's like free for the family. They have great things there. They've got hot cocoa, they've got characters, and they've got a lot of performances. So that's what's coming up. And you can find anything else you need to know about us on www.nartanrang.com. That's NARTANRANG.com.
Well, hello again. As we promised to you, we are going to bring you a very exclusive feature in this dance segment. And as I said, we have the awesome ladies of Nartan Dance Academy of Bharatiya, Vidya, Bhavan here to teach us what to do this festive season as we all go out and celebrate and have so much fun. So Siddhi, thank you so much for being with us. And Ciera, again, thank you so much for being with us. You both have something very interesting and something very easy to teach all of us that are getting ready for this traditional season right now. So I'm going to hand it over to them so the audiences don't get bored from me. It's very exciting and I'm very excited, so let's get this rolling.
I'm ready.
Let's
go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, like Aditi said, it's been festive season since the end of August. We've had Ganesh Chaturthi, we've had Navratri, Durga Puja, Diwali is just passing. What better way to enjoy the season than dance at all those parties you're invited to and burn off all the calories from all the sweets you get to eat? So we're going to do a basic semi-garba routine to the ever-popular Chogada from Lavyatri. We're going to make it very simple so you can literally add it to any 8-beat anywhere. So are we ready?
Yes. And I think the audience is ready too. Are you ready, Ciera? Yes. Ready? And your crew is ready too, so let's get this rolling. We're very excited to learn this from Nartan Dance Academy, everyone.
Okay. We're going to start with the first step. It is going to be, you'll see it throughout the piece, and it's very, very simple. I promise you. What you're going to do first, just before you start, put your hands behind your back, and you're going to slide 1 step, 2 step. It's just a slide. You're going to do it 8 times. On the count, you girls ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, as you do the step, the more fun part, how you're going to enjoy it, is if you lean into it. So once you get the step, right to left, just lean your body so it's almost like you're swaying. So if you've already got that, you've got pretty much the whole dance. Okay.
Well, for all our beginner Garba dancers, this is your one-on-one lesson.
Yes, it's one-on-one
on ITV Go.
And that step is known as the Heech, which you may hear if you have a lot of Gujarati friends or Gujarati yourself. All right, so that would be step 1. Step 2, same step, but now you're going to move up 2 and then back 2. So, are you ready, girls? 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, front, right, back, left, back. If you've got that, what you're going to do is you're going to add a couple of arms to the time you move back. So it's just like you're rowing a boat. Row, 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 and just add a snap to it. Pretty simple, right? Not bad.
Not bad.
So then that step that you just learned is going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. Front 1, front 2, back 1, back 2. All right, you want to put those together?
I think I kind of caught up. I think everyone watching is also catching up.
Yes.
You know,
all right,
putting 2 and 2 together here.
Yeah, if you want to put them together, here we go. You're going to do 8 of the right and left, and then you're going to do 8 counts. I'll count them out, front and back. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and switch. Go front, front, back, back again, front, front, back, back. Okay, so the next step you're going to do is stationary. You really don't have to worry too much about movement. What you need to do is you're going to bend down. I'll show it to you once, and then I'll count it out for you. So you're going to go clap, clap, cross your foot back, and then bring it back to clap. Okay, you kind of got that, you think?
I think so.
All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Clap, clap, cross, clap, 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 cross, clap. Not bad.
I think we got it.
All
A little
right.
bit. Yes. A little bit more intricate than the first step, but I think the audience got
But a
it.
little less movement.
Yes,
So,
for
you know, it balances out. The next one is a little difficult, but in practice, you will get it with practice in time. So you're going to hop over your left shoulder in a turn, and you're going to add a clap. So this is what it'll look like. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2. And then you're going to go back. 3 and 4. This one might be a little hard, so variation, you could just walk. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Clap, clap, cross, clap, 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 cross, clap. Walk, 2, 3, 4. Walk, 2, 3, 4. So when I count you in, you're going to start with the right, left, side to side, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and switch. Go front, 2, back, 2, again, front, 2, back, 2, change, clap, clap, back, clap, 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 back, clap, change, walk, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from here, this is going to be your next step. This one, again, can be a little tricky because you're going to start from the left. Same step you did the first time, except start left instead of right. So this is what it'll look like. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, very easy. Here we go. 5,
Is it starting this way?
It starts right hand.
Okay, fine, cool.
Okay, so the tricky part in this, it's going to be opposite arm, opposite leg. With practice, you'll be fine. When I count you in, let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So from this, what you're going to do is you're just going to hop. Like Thriller video, if anyone's ever seen it, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Key to that step is just lean and lead. Right?
Okay.
So if you put that together, just that, the last two, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and left and right, left, right. So next step, last two, you're almost there, and you can go to any party and shake it and show what you know, from a Garba party to a Diwali party,
Yes.
anywhere you need to go. All right, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Swing front, swing in, swing back, follow your hand, swing in. You're going to do that 2 times. So ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Front, back, back, front, front, back, back, front. We only do it once, but that was practice. Okay, the next step right after that, very simple, stationary. All you gotta do is pretend that you're elbowing somebody, okay? Like you're in a crowded market.
I'm gonna elbow you, Ciera.
Elbow.
Elbow!
Oh, you're
All
sorry,
right,
right?
misbehaving again. All right.
5, 6, 7, 8. You go front, back, front, back. Don't be afraid to jut that hip, get those tunkas in there. All right, you girls ready?
Those, yes.
All right, we're gonna try it from the top. Let's see how this goes. You're gonna start with the very first step. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and switch to front, front, back, back, front, front, back, back, and clap, clap, back, clap, 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 back, clap, walk, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, lean left, right, left, right, change, swing, 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 elbow, 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 elbow.
મને ભૂલો બધી વાત પ્રેમની આ મૌસમ છે अब आओ मेरे पास रह जाओ मेरे साथ प्रेमनी आ मौसम छे होई गई रात મને ભૂલો બધી વાત પ્રેમની આ मौसम छे अब आओ मेरे पास रह जाओ मेरे साथ प्रेमनी आ मौसम छे मिल जाए मुझको अगर साथ तेरा तो भूलूं मैं सारा